I'd like to call to order the town board meeting. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Flamini?
Here.
Trustee Deteen?
Here.
Trustee Taylor?
Here.
Trustee Hill?
Here.
Chairman Neal?
Here. First item on the agenda is any agenda changes, which there are none. Moving to item 4, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 17th, 2015 at 6:35 p.m. Is there a motion?
I move approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 17th, 2015. Second.
Second by Lloyd. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Flamini?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee Taylor?
Aye.
Trustee Hill?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Next item on the agenda is any citizens' comments for the Township Board meeting. This is not the City Council meeting. That begins at 7 o'clock. If there's any citizens' comments, we welcome them.
You got one?
We have one. Mr. Bremner.
Ma'am, I would direct my question at Assessor Wickets with your permission.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wickets, I understand the assessment process. You've described it many times. But what effect, sir, do empty and vacant houses have on a given neighborhood or a given block in your assessment process?
It has a lot because the empty houses and the vacant houses and the boarded up houses bring the value of the property down within that neighborhood. So our EAV goes down and our tax rate goes up.
Is there a formula?
There's not really a formula because, we just have to take in consideration the condition of the house and things like that. But there's no set formula. But obviously if a house is sitting there vacant and boarded up and vandalized, it's going to lower the value of the property.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Any other citizens' comments? Questions? Hearing none. The next item on the agenda is authorized bills for payment. Trustee Taylor.
You have a total of bills, $71,010.41. I move that we approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Flamini?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee Taylor?
Aye.
Trustee Hill?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Next item on the agenda is consider approval of fiscal year 2015-2016 budget, which is May 1st, 2015 through April 30th, 2016, per Chairman Neal. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Second by Trustee Hill. Any discussion? I would like to just make a point to that the budget that we're actually approving, I would request that we can update it before it gets submitted with the actual final number. So our fiscal year actually ends on April 30th. And so we put in what we guesstimate the number to be, but we would like to make it exact, so to be able to submit that budget with the correct information as to what the end of the year would be. So, and I just said it in the public hearing, but I really do want to just reiterate. Last year it was grueling and frustrating, and we made some cuts that were really painful. Lost a lot of sleep, cried a few tears, knowing that it was going to impact, especially the summer work program. We had to cut that program in half, and that broke my heart. I was thrilled to death. We worked with the Zion Park District. They absorbed the cost of one of the supervisors. That was interesting. The Job Center Lake County, they pay the wages of the youth for the kids that we do hire in the program. So we were able to keep the program alive and really focus on making it intentional and maximize the opportunities that we have with the kids. And we're in the same position this year. We're hiring 35 kids. But what we're really doing now is we're realizing that we were focused on the work instead of the work ethic. And so this year what we're working to do is focus on, the community as a whole. We had over 2,500 people get involved in choosing the 6 words that we want to have represent us in our character. And so what we've decided to do is to take that program, and our program is 6 weeks long. So instead of having supervisors in the program, we're going to have mentors in the program, and each week we're going to focus on a different word, and we're going to use the work projects actually as the curriculum to help teach the kids the different values and how they play into their daily lives. So we have put out for individuals to apply for the positions. We've had people in those positions for an extended period of time. They will be reapplying, but we are really focusing on having a fresh outlook and having a deeper impact on the kids' lives in that program. So that was one of the areas that I was really grateful for the partnerships that we have in doing those things. So in the other area, I can't say it enough. It was last year. It was frustrating because Larry and I were still looking at it from a lens of this is a short-term thing. How do we cover our own turf? And this year it was like a different world, working together to find a way to maximize the resources that the residents in our community provide to us to be of maximum benefit to the residents that are in crisis in our community. It has just been an absolute delight working with Larry and finding ways to make this work. So we have our income has been reduced by 34% in the last 4 years. When I got elected to the position, we had 12 people on the team, and we now have 4 people on the team. Now, the good news with that is we also have, at the time, Crew was with Zion Township, and they were part of the substance abuse treatment part of our program, and we separated, and they are now part of NACASA, and they operate out of Pierce campus. So we sustained an incredible program so that we have substance abuse treatment, prevention, mental health services, and anger management in our community because of the hard work that we did to make sure that we could continue with those resources. And in the audience, Jerome Cole was a huge help in making that transition with us, Beverly Mull. It was a really hard transition, and but we're really proud of that work that we did. So even though we have a lot less resources, we've worked very hard to provide more resources in the community for less dollars and more relationships. We've worked very hard on relationships and building those bridges. So I'm very proud of that.
Sherry, I'd like to add that I think that you're being a little bit modest in not bringing up the fact that township government provided a lot of services when you first got elected. And what you've done over these years is engage churches and the private sector in providing those services on a collaborative effort, which allows us to lower the cost of the government here. And I think you did a good job, and you should mention that too.
I have a long ways to go, so I appreciate that. But it's always like, you think it's this much, but you keep seeing it, way further out. So, but I appreciate that mention. So, there's no other comments. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Flamini?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Trustee Taylor?
Aye.
Trustee Field?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Next item on the agenda is the Assessor's Report.
Okay, well, I just have 3 quick things. Not that there's any seniors in here, but I just want to remind everybody, if you are a senior, that you have till July 15th to come into our office or fill out your senior freeze form. This year, the assessment notices, the old blue notices, they should be mailed out about midsummer. And this year, we're going to try a few different things. We're going to have some open houses on Saturday where you can come into our office and we'll show you how to fill the form out, how to file an appeal against your assessment. And we're even going to go to the extent that we're probably going to be open a few nights during the 30 days when the assessment appeals are out. I have some news. I don't know if I want to share it, but I have to since it is public record. The tax rates are out. It's not really all that great news. District 6 tax rate, it went up to 21.201. District 3, the tax rate went to 17.748. I'm going to put this in the newspaper next week, and it's kind of going to compare other taxing bodies throughout Lake County, and also I did a little study on Pleasant Prairie and Kenosha. So there's going to be something in the paper next week, a kind of comparison between different communities. I think I delivered enough bad news, and that's about it.
Larry, at what age does one become a senior?
65 years old, and you have to make $55,000 or less, and then your assessment will be frozen. Doesn't mean that your taxes are going to be frozen, your assessment's going to be frozen. But my grandfather had it from the very beginning, that when this was it started at the county, and he had it for about 25 years, and his tax bill was like $1,800 or $1,900, and it was frozen at that amount for quite a while. So it's a big benefit. If you qualify, come on in. We'll take care of it. We'll notarize it, and we'll send it to the county. And I think it's a good thing. And you have to do this every year, not just 1 year.
Larry,
Yes.
if it's frozen, does it also prevent from going down? Such as
No, there's a base level. Yes, there's a base that stays at. You can only go down so far. But we are seeing the value start to push up a little bit this year, so we will see some increases.
So Larry, you're talking about freezes. If somebody wanted to dispute their taxes, this is not the
No,
time to
no,
do
this
that.
is a completely different thing. The deadline for the senior freeze is July 15th. And you can come in anytime to our office, and we're more than happy to fill out the form. Now, when the blue cards go out in the summer, that gives you your assessment number. That's when you have 30 days to file an appeal with the county against your assessment.
Well, and the reason that I brought that up is because there's a lot of people, there's a business where people go out and actually try and get individuals to let them dispute their taxes for them, and if they're able to get the taxes to go down, they just take an amount.
A huge
And
amount.
I've had a couple of seniors come into my office so this company went in and did what the assessor's office will help you do for free. I mean, they will walk you through everything that you have to do for free.
You do not have to hire an attorney,
Yeah.
you do not have to hire a tax rep. In fact, tax reps are illegal now. You have to have an attorney to file an appeal. So these fly-by-night companies are saying that they're going to reduce your assessments. They can't, and they're going to charge you an enormous amount of money. And all you have to do is come in and sit down, and I'll show you the process. And it's really easy. You can do it at home. I mean, all you have to do is put your PIN number in, and it will generate comparables of your house. I mean, it's simple. It's simple stuff. So please don't hire anybody, because I'd be more than happy to help anybody. And we'll have help centers, and we'll be here late at night to help you guys.
We've never had this many people in the room, so if you
Yeah,
could
this is
share that
great. I'm
information.
gonna roll here
if
with you guys.
If you could please share that information, because I cannot tell you, the seniors that have come into the office, and they signed a contract with this company, and it said that they would pay, 50% of the reduction
Savings.
plus 2%, and they're bound by this contract. And it's horrific what they do to these people to get this money out of them. So I'm begging you, please put the word out. You don't have to hire one of these companies that says they're going to save you tax money. Go into the assessor's office, and they will walk through it with you.
I
To
can
do that.
affirm that.
Okay,
They've
thank you.
gone out of their way to help you.
Okay. Really, you? No, I'm just kidding. Good thing I know you.
I know
Excellent.
a
Thank
couple
you,
of
Larry.
you, I guess.
Okay. Anything else on for the assessor's report? Any questions? Next item, supervisor's report announcements. Just a few things. Just to share it, I always put it on the announcement, but the mission of Zion Township is to compassionately challenge Zion residents to overcome hardships and encourage positive life changes. But we're a people-centered local government agency that coordinates area resources and offers a variety of assistance programs to help our residents with options to address their critical situations. So if you come across anybody, your neighbors or anything, and they're in a crisis situation, have them call the township. We can't always, we don't always have, we can't always just, process it and take care of it. But what we always do is sit down with the individuals and come up with a plan to help them create a better response to their situation. So please share that information, and if there's any questions or concerns, contact me directly. We actually do a monthly evaluation where I actually call people that have gotten emergency assistance and general assistance just to see how my staff treated them, what their response was, how they liked it. And I mean, literally, I had one gal that immediately she was venting about one of the staff and because of a certain situation, and I asked her my concern was, I said that the staff person that she's speaking of does a really good job, and I'm, it was an unfortunate situation, and she immediately turned and said, you know what, you're right, she does, and she's done this and this and this. I was focused on one situation, and I walked in and I was frustrated too, and so it's amazing what dialogue does to resolve situations when you can just, talk things through and make sure. So I always encourage dialogue. If there's a situation where you feel like it wasn't handled well, I'm a certified life coach, and I always push 3 conversations. Everything's 3 conversations. The first one where you get to vent your frustration, the second one where you get to listen to the person's response, and the third one where you get to sit down and come up with a better way of operating. So I encourage people to take advantage of that, especially at the township where we practice what we preach. So, thank you. Other items that I'd like to share. Tomorrow is Zion Benton Senior Resource Day. It's at the Zion Park District. It is in collaboration with Benton Township, Zion Township, the Grove at the Lake. Hi, Mayor. The Grove at the Lake and Zion Park District. And we have 42 vendors that are signed up. The Grove at the Lake provides donuts and coffee in the morning and lunch, and it's just a really good event. We provide a booklet that has all the resources for seniors with phone numbers and contact information, as well as a blurb on what all the different agencies are, so you have that for the year as an information booklet. So that takes place tomorrow morning at 8:30. Even if you didn't sign up, you'll have to go to a different line, but we will certainly let you in. So any seniors that you know of, I encourage you. There's lots of freebies, all kinds of stuff that goes on. So next item, we used to do our staff retreat in January, but with the fiscal year being from May 1 to April 30th, we have changed that around, and we're actually having our staff training retreat this Friday. So the township will be closed this Friday. We've had it posted on the doors for quite a while so that everybody knew that, but we'll be taking the day to look at the year in the past and do some specific training to kind of re-energize the team that we have so that we can ward against burnout and compassion fatigue, because it gets pretty heavy with those guys sometimes. So next item is the Coalition for Healthy Communities annual meeting breakfast is on Friday, May 1st at 7:30 a.m. Encourage, especially the elected officials, if you have not RSVP'd, it would be great to have you there at the event.
What are you serving?
Bacon. The bacon's amazing. That's all I remember. The next item I want to share with you is Community of Character is moving forward. If anyone has any ideas on how to promote the community values, please go to Facebook, zbcommunityofcharacter.com. You can get connected with any of the groups. We have 4 groups that are working really hard on this. We have the community group, which is being chaired by Chris Kubik. We have the business organizations, which is being chaired by Cal Snyder. We have the churches that have come together, and Pastor Doug Carlson is the president of the Coalition for Healthy Communities. He's been involved. Mike McDowell and Bishop Logan have been really involved in that effort. And then we have the schools, and we have individuals from each of the 4 schools that have been strategically involved in moving that forward. On top of it, last year we had our first Community Character Walk that was headed up by Deputy Chief Kirk Henderson, and our goal was to have 300 people at this thing. That was our goal. We had over 850 people, and it was the most incredible. Those of you that were there, it was amazing. So we have the team. We're planning again for it this year, and really looking forward to even doubling that number and having it be just what our community, what we all know what our community already is, and celebrating that. So next item, as I already shared, but I'll just repeat it. The summer work program is gearing up. We will have 35 youth in the program this year. We have revamped the program and are focusing on the 6 core community values, creating curriculum around those words, and using work assignments as tools to teach them. We are taking applications for the 2 mentors that will be overseeing the youth. They will be hired for 6 weeks, 5 days a week. The deadline for these applications is Friday, April 24th. Please submit your resume and cover letter to sandra@ziontownship.org, or just bring it straight to Zion Township. Next item, Zion Benton Leadership Academy applications are available. For those of you who are not yet aware of the Zion Benton Leadership Academy, we started this 3 years ago through the Coalition for Healthy Communities, and it is the most powerful opportunity we did it in an effort to find a way. It's like there's this, I don't even know, this separation between the leadership in the community and the general community. And we really are focused on making the leadership reflect our community. And in the Zion community, I mean, we're a third, and a third. We have this amazing diversity. And, yeah, I mean, I'm a girl, so it makes me a little bit more diverse, but, you know, I mean, still, so no offense, guys. But just to create more opportunities and relationships to raise more people up in leadership. And we have had 35 people graduate from that program so far, and it is powerful. It's 5 Saturdays for 3 hours. We have different speakers come in and presenters. The individuals get connected with a mentor from the community. Frank Flamini's been a mentor. Al Hill's been a mentor. It's just a really powerful program. Our state representative is a state representative. She would probably not have even been in the mix had she not been in the Zion Benton Leadership Academy. We have incredible leadership going on at the high school with Rod Henry and MacArthur White and Brandon Rogers and Christina McCullough. And it's really bad when you start to name names because you forget people. But what I'm most impressed with is it started out with Nan Lane Hilliard from the library and myself getting it going, and now we have got Colette Davis and Jaquanda Nelson have taken this thing and they are running with it and just doing incredible things with it. So I strongly encourage anybody, if this even like sparks this much of an interest, go to zbla.info. We made it really simple, and there's a video there and the application and a brochure, everything you could ever need to know more information about it. So if you're interested, and so the age range, people say, well, maybe my kid, it's not for kids. It's for people that are back planted in our community that want to stay in our community. So we had a couple of kids that were in college the first year, and we realized that that's probably not the best because, you know, even if you think you're going to stay here, you don't really know. And we really want to invest in people that are invested in staying here and making a difference in our community. She looked away, but you know what I'm talking about. It would be awesome. And so, so if anybody has any questions about that, you can contact me at the Zion Township or anybody that's involved with CBLA, and you can get that information on the website. Next, I just want to share that the ZB Run Squad, it's a group of hodgepodge individuals that got together, and we support 7 different organizations in the community with 7 different runs. We had the reading run on April 11th, and our next run is Mama's Run on Saturday, May 9th, and the funds for that run go to the Coalition for Healthy Communities. It's a 5K run or walk. If you're interested in it, you can go to zbrun.org or you can go to the ZB Run Squad Facebook page, but it's just a really great way to have the community come together to help us all be healthier and happier. Happier and healthier. That was good. And then I just want to give one last shout out. So my kids are grown and gone, but I have a couple of little neighborhood kids, and the Coalition for Healthy Communities, in partnership with a whole bunch of businesses and the library, is putting on this nursery rhymes competition. Have any of you guys in the audience been a part of it yet? You find a kid between the ages of 2 and 8, and you take them around to the different businesses, and they have nursery rhymes on the wall, and they read the nursery rhyme, and they get a trading card. And plus, so we went to Dairy Queen, and they got a free ice cream, and then we went to Ace Hardware, and they got a free sucker, and then we went to Culver's, they got another free ice cream. Then we went to Callie's, and they got a chocolate-covered Twinkie. I mean, just, they were about, the parents were not happy when I brought the kids home, let me tell you. But we had so much fun. But anyway, so you get 5 of the trading cards, and then you take them to the library, and they get 2 bags of books. I mean, it was the funnest day going around with the kids. And there's like 15 different businesses that signed up to do this. So if you have a kid or a grandkid or a neighbor kid, strongly encourage you to go to, if you go to one of the businesses, I know that Campbell's Barber Shop. It wasn't open when we went by there, but he's on the list, and so he would probably have the list of the other businesses too. So most of the businesses that are involved in this have this sheet with all the different businesses, as does the library. So the other thing that's going on that I just think is like cooler than cool is there is going to be a competition this summer, okay? A very, very serious competition between all of the schools in Zion, Winthrop Harbor, and Beach Park, okay? And it's a reading competition, and it's who reads the most minutes, okay? But it's not just the kids, it's the community. So the kids, your neighbors, can come to you and ask you if you would be willing to read on their behalf. And the neighborhood, the community, the neighborhood surrounding that school gets to have a party at the end of the summer for whoever reads the most words. So if you don't have kids of your own and you have a neighborhood kid, I challenge you to ask them, hey, are you in this reading thing? Are you going to ask me? Because I'm willing to read for you. And it just creates just a really incredible opportunity for us to support our kids, us to be involved in the schools, and moving forward. So that's the other thing. I mean, there's such cool things going on. And I've never had this many people in my meeting before, so I'm like, I'm grabbing it. One last thing before we adjourn is
If you're looking at me, this Saturday is National Rebuilding Day.
Okay.
Rebuilding Together is it'll be the 16th year here in Zion, over 130 homes repaired. About 5 homes will get repairs, not all of them on Saturday. And now Beach Park has gotten involved, Village of Beach Park, 3 homes there. And I know what you can't say. It has been an honor to serve this Zion Township. And I never thought that I would ever see myself in this position. If you would have asked me 20 years ago, I would have said, you're crazy. It has been very interesting, but the best part about this, and I will say this till the day I die, this community's best asset is its people, okay? And don't any of you ever forget that. You people make Zion Township and the city of Zion what it is.
I feel like Frank and I kind of grew up together because we kind of ran at the same time, and we were both, you know, not from here and just really passionate about the community. And I just want to tell you, it has absolutely been an honor working with you. I know it's not going to stop. I know you're not going anywhere, and you will always be at the table. But I just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anything else to come before the town board? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Felice?
Aye.
Trustee Team?
Aye.
Trustee Taylor?
Aye.
Trustee Hill?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Meeting adjourned.